what I wanted to do and what the show wanted to do were basically two different things, and that's where the problem was. And in terms of Jamie Archer on the X Factor, there was nowhere left to go. But if they said, Jamie, do whatever you want, then there was somewhere left to go.
Well, you've got a very kind of rock and roll style, but do you think anyone like that could ever win such a mainstream show like X Factor? You think that's possible?
I do, if they let the artist be themselves. But if they're going to try and make them into a sort of easily digestible rock and roll version, then it can't work. But it's Saturday night television. You know, when I went into the show, I realised what I was getting myself into, and I hoped that I could sort of change the mould of it and all the rest of it. But ultimately, the show is what it is. It's not a singing show; it's an entertainment show, and it didn't really work. But like I said, what I've taken from the show is so much, and Simon, by giving me a chance, has given me my platform to go and do my own thing. So I think if they were to take, if next year a sort of a rock guy was to come in and was like, right, we'll trust your judgment, go with it the way you want to do it, then they could win it.
I suppose there's always that battle between something like the artist and someone like you, especially if you've got something like their own sort of idea and there's no one to do, and then between it being a business and a show, I suppose, as well, because they've got to put something on that they know is going to be good for the cameras and things like that.
Because I wanted to take chances at the song choices each week. I wanted to do songs that people didn't know so much. So, you know, like songs like Hurts and Sex on Fire, which are my favourite moments from the whole experience. They were chancy, you know, and they worked, and I was more up for that. But you know, obviously the show, like, it's a Saturday night audience. You've got to play more mainstream sort of things, and so you know, I kind of went with that, and you know, I just think it would have worked better if I'd done some sort of other stuff. But you know.
Well, you quickly picked up the nickname Jamie Afro on X Factor. Do you reckon if the Afro went, it would kind of lose sort of your image, you'd be a different kind of artist?
No, not really. I just think it would be me.
Do you use any special products on the hair to get it so big?
I use an Afro comb. Use an Afro comb, which actually a fan sent me.
Oh really?
Yeah, a fan sent me when I was still on the show, and I had an Afro comb, but it was really hard. So you're like, ow, ow, ow. But this one they sent me was bendy, so we just.
Oh, brilliant! So did the X Factor stylist ever try to tame the fro, or did they just?
There's a lot of talk about that, and I can actually reveal.
Did they do a perm one week? I remember seeing it. It was slightly more like tight curls one week.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. But no, I mean, the hair thing. There was talk about it being cut off, but that was something someone said to me. One of the producers, I think, they said. I think it was a joke, but they said, if we said you had to cut your hair off for the show, would you do it?
That seems to be something they do once an artist has already been in the bottom two. Lloyd was in the bottom two, then he had a haircut. Daniel was in the bottom two, he had a haircut.
That was Dan's idea.
Oh really?
So,
trying to reinvent himself.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Who did you get on best with in the X Factor house?
Dan Army. Yeah. We shared a room. People think that we live in some sort of palatial surroundings where everyone there's like 3 million rooms. We all have a room and a bathroom. It wasn't like that. We lived in a great house. But myself, Ollie, and Dan, you know, when we come back from a show, you know, it's like everyone screaming and going crazy. We just go in the same room together. We have the same bathroom, we have the same shower, we have everything. And we just go to bed together, and not together, but we go to bed in the same room. And we always used to have a little joke at one time when we turned the lights out. It's like, night, Ollie boy. Night, Dan boy. Night, Jamie boy. We said that every night to each other. And yeah, I miss my boys. I miss the boys.
Oh, it does sound like, speaking to Rachel, and she said that the twins nicked some of her cereal and stuff, so it does sound like almost like a student house.
Yeah,
that's a good way of putting it, actually. Yeah. Because the kitchen was always in a mess.
Yeah, definitely a student house.
Always in a mess, and we couldn't figure out who it was. But you know, someone was doing something, and they weren't cleaning up. And we had cleaners and everything, but it still was in a state. I don't know why.
That's class. There's been rumours of a possible link with Bon Jovi. Is there any truth in this, or is it just paper hype?
No, what I mean, you know, the thing is that I didn't personally get told that, but I got told that they wanted me to go on tour, and I was like, oh, really? That sounds good. But obviously, you know, I've got the X Factor, and my loyalties are to the X Factor because, excuse me, but people are like, are you bitter? Are you this, are you that? And I'm like, how can I be bitter about a show that has given me all of this?
Exactly,
you know what I mean? And okay, it didn't work in the end for me because I was kind of a different kind of artist, but you know, now I've got my platform, so maybe after the X Factor tour, which I'm a part of, I'll get to go on tour with Bon Jovi. But I mean, you know, I'm part of a #1 single at the moment, you know, and I'm just so happy about everything that's come out of the show that you know, I'm just elated. I'm just looking forward to seeing everyone in the finals.
Just take every step as it comes. It seems like you're saying, just let's give you the platform. Like.
You say things didn't work out for you in the show, but you still got really, really far to see how many people entered the competition. Were you quite surprised about? Did you ever think you'd get this far?
Well, I thought it was 50-50 to be honest, because I got told it's like 200,000 people applied for the show, and I was like, either me coming in as a rock guy is going to work, and Simon and the judges are going to be like, yeah, we need a guy like this in the show, and they might put me through on the first audition, or they're going to go like, I really don't know what you're doing here, go away. And so I really, to be honest, I thought it was going to go the wrong way. I thought they were going to go, yeah, no. But you know, it's good. This is what I'm saying about Simon Cowell, is that people have a go at him for this and that and the other. But that man gave me a chance when nobody else would. So he does actually know what he's talking about.
Yeah, no, fair play to him. That's right.
Would you ever buy a record by Jedward?